Bam. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here on a beautiful Saturday night. Let's go, baby. The crypto lifers are here, and the money's flowing in to cryptocurrency. Look at that going on Fiat Link. Look at the money flowing into crypto, baby, all day, all night long, baby. That money is flowing into cryptocurrency. Let's get that music back up and running. Let's get it going. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Finally shaved. Took me a few days. I shaved 2 days ago, but it feels like I still feel freshly shaven, even though I'm kind of lightly shaven. It just feels good. All right, don't just whatever. Don't judge every shave. All right. Let's take a look here. Bitcoin doing well. A lot of Bitcoin being pumped into the markets right now. I mean, that's amazing. Are we going to get a big pump tonight? Is Bitcoin going back to 30,000? Did we hit a bottom here? Let's talk about it. Some people have assumed I'm not going to do that. We're going to take it one step at a time. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance when it comes to Bitcoin. I have no idea where it's going to go. Can you go over Bitcoin? Master friend. This guy's mad funny, man. This guy's a funny guy. I actually was just going to talk about my Ralph Lauren jacket today and my pocket square. No, we'll talk about more than just, let's do an AMA. No Bitcoin today. Just an AMA. I want to talk about life with each and every one of you. And a gifted one crypto membership from Berkman. Banging on them. Dumpage. Love it. What's the word? Well, let's take a look. I've been trading the 15-minute all day, and it's been great. 15 minutes said a dump would happen, and it was time to short the market yet again to the downside, nice and easy. We started this morning with a 15-minute short right here. I called the short because the 15-minute was overbought. I said we're likely to break to the downside. We did. Then we got low, and you could have just traded the 15-minute back to the top of the range. We had the top of the range of curve, and what do you do? You short the market right there, nice and easy. This doesn't have to be hard, everyone. Up and down. That's a bit of an M pattern there. M's do break to the downside as well. Let's see what happens. Let's take a look at our 1 hour time frame. Our 1 hour is about to get started. So to me, that's an M. That's breaking down. We're about to go challenge this low. That could be the daily divergence here. We could put in a nice divergence. We already kind of have one. Not good enough. And what's up? Whoa. I'm a mess right here. Hold on. What am I doing? Please forgive me, friends and family. Friends. My friend is us. Shout out to everybody here. But look, we'll take a look here at the RSI price action. We want to get a more of a bullish div where this comes up a little more, but this goes down. Anyway, the 1 hour is telling me that it's about to take a dump to the downside, and Bitcoin's about to come all the way down. Once it breaks this point of control, we can dump this thing all the way down. Oh my gosh, we can have a nice move to the downside. So Bitcoin, once it loses the POC, we're going to drop right here to 750 yet again to the bottom of the range. Don't be surprised. That's what we're likely going to see. This music is tripping me out. I hope it's tripping you out as well. There it goes, though. I dropped it a little faster than it needed to, but shout out to JV for the H&S pattern on the daily. Lows incoming. Savages have shorted since the head. My man. You could even say here is like a shoulder, a head, and right shoulders too as well. It does look like a head and shoulder pattern to the downside. 1 hour wants to dump us further down. To me, it's very likely that we are going to get a break to the downside based on the 1 hour time frame. 15-minute also pushing down, beginning it. And what you really want to do is see if we can lose this and bearishly retest. To play it safe, if you want to be extra nice and sharp, wait for the 5-minute, 7-minute to break this trend line. Wait for it to bearish retest and then short it to the downside. Okay? Let's take a look at the liquidity zones on the old BOOKMAP. Peace, love, unity, plur, and respect. Let's keep it plur, baby. 1 hour bearish kiss on the EMA. Dump it. I like it. You see it too as well with your EMA strategy. And let's talk about where we are too. We are, if we break below this 200 SMA, we will go down, baby, down. We go down, 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 down. Sorry. I Promise you guys I wouldn't sing when the price drops. So anyway, we gave you a short today on the 15 to the downside in the trading group. You could have easily shorted the 15 again. Same exact scenario. Rising wedges break to the downside, top of the channel. Okay. But in this trading group, attempt to give you a trade every single day. Yesterday, we gave you perp live on the channel. That thing banged on them to the upside from 109 all the way to 132. And it's just good vibes here every single time you come to the channel. This is the channel of good vibes. This is the place you come. It's like Cheers. Remember that? Where everybody knows your name. I can even hit to the beat, right? And they're always glad you came. You want to go where you can see the troubles are all the same. You want to go where everybody knows your name. Yo, someone should remix that. I could remix that rap style, blow it up. See, I just gave someone the best idea ever. And his name was Sam, right? I mean, you can see the connection here. He was from Boston. Oh my gosh, something's going on. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. This is Cheers, all right, with no alcohol. The love is the alcohol. We bring the love. We fill your cup full of love, baby. Shout out to everybody here. Thoughts on COREUM? I have no thoughts on it. I haven't thought about it. Maybe tonight we'll have some thoughts. Thank you for all you do. What are your thoughts? Are there any stocks you would rather hold in Ethereum, or would you ETH outperform stocks? I stick to Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. You know, Shaq remixed that towards the Val D-Dac. Remember, LOL Lakers Kings, you're funny. Phantom crashing. Wow. I don't know. I don't hold Phantom long term, so I would not know. Congrats on 46,000 subs. We got this. Your TA with the lessons of discipline taught me. You have given me the knowledge of winning trade. Shout out to PS5, the future of gaming. He is just banging on them. God bless you, man, for always supporting the lifer. My puts are getting rocked. We'll have to roll over. Where's the old dolls at? I say whale dump for millions worth on perp future. Market could not move for 45 minutes. Oh, yeah, they were mailing. They were dumping perp. Now that you have time, thought about dropping a legit album. My issue has been time. Toured with Bone Thugs 6 years ago, but couldn't hold on. Jason Anthony, my man. Toured with Bone Thugs, but couldn't hold on. You're funny. Live light and love and positivity. Trade at your highest frequency. Love the lifers. BB could be the better looking Carla from Cheers. You should check out the track Bicep. Glue. On that bicep. Glue. You should check out the track Bicep by Glue. Okay, thank you. Cheers. Bone Thugs, I'm seeing them in October. Oh wow, I mean, I grew up on Bone Thugs, man. Meet you in the crossroads. You won't be lonely. Meet me at the crossroads, baby. Sorry. I take my homeboys. I'm just, man. I wish Prince was still alive, though. I'll tell you that. That dude was the man. Like, he was the man. Tour with them, you heard of. Amen. Thuggish, nuggish bones. Thuggish, ruggish bones. Bone Thugs in harmony, man. I'm gonna miss everybody. And I'm gonna miss everybody. And I'm gonna miss everybody. And we pray and we pray and we pray every day. And we pray and we pray every day. And I'm gonna miss everybody. And I'm gonna miss everybody. Man, I love that, man. That song was amazing. Take my mom. Take my Uncle John. You sing like an angel. I know, right? Now I miss my Uncle John, you know, right? Yeah. I live down the block from where Prince lived. Any idea about DXY, Daily, Small, Red Kettle, Wick, Found out the support of the Bullish, 21 cost of the video. Boom! We'll take a look at that PS5, future of gaming. We will take a look at the DXY. Too much downtime all the time. Put it on repeat, playing everywhere. My man. Crossroads. So the 7-minute double bottom of the pattern, and this thing wants to pattern trade itself all around. So this thing wants to bounce back to the top of the range, but what you're looking for is it to just kind of slump. And that's why you're looking for the bearish retest now. If the 7-minute slumps out, which it may because it's getting pinned by the 1, remember, this could just be a little quick turn in a nasty dump. Sorry, I don't know why that turned on me like that. This could be just a little quick turn here and a nasty dump. You have to remember that the 1 hour is not in the best place. If you hit like Apple R or something, or I don't know, S, it goes perfect. Anyway, so expect to bounce to the top of the channel based on the 7, but let's see if we can fall out and do a bearish retest. You're really looking for this. You're looking for the breakdown and the break back to the upside, and then crush 'ems, right? And what will that also look like too is you'll have this shoulder kind of head, shoulder, some type of complex head and shoulder there. Double top M pattern. You got some bearishness. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to force the Bear City here. It's Bear City. It is Bear City. No, I'm just... The bearish day. I've never seen a bearish... This is the bearish... No, I'm just joking. I'm out of my mind. It's not that bad, but it looks like we're going to get a bit of a dump here to the downside for Bitcoin. Stephen Curry back to pass for 3. All the way from downtown, Paul Pierce. Larry Bird from downtown. Man, when we got Kevin Garnett, it was like, word. We finally had a real star forward, man. Anything could happen. We had Ray Allen dropping 3s. Check out the book of 528 Hertz, Love by Leonard Horowitz. God bless you, everybody. Check out the book by Leonard Horowitz. As soon as humanly possible, it'll change your life, I'm sure. It's coming from the lifer frequencies. The book of the 528 by Leonard G. Get it while you can. Get it while it's hot. It's on Amazon. It'll change your... I get nothing for saying this. Check it out immediately. I believe it'll probably give us all some cool insight and ideas. So nice short. Now you're seeing if you can break the trend line. Now you broke it before, but you broke back inside. You played this game, Johnny. I guess you could say here it is, and you have a little more room. I'll give you that, but I don't like it. But I'll give it to you. But I'm not a fan. I feel like we already played that game, and they tripped out the shorts there. All right, so to me it is breaking the trend line and falling back below the pattern, Because that's a beautiful, see, that's a nice trend. See this? Tap, 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 tap. Oh, And the 7 is getting bearish. The key is if the 7 breaks a low too, and then look at your previous trend. You have to go to the 5 second, but low, high, break that low, you're going down, right? It's weird how the candles look so strange today. That's the 1 minute, right? Yeah. And you're looking for that div. I mean, there's a 1 minute divergence here. It's really sharp. But the 1 hour says, baby, I'll take you down. Ooh, baby, I take you down. Ooh, baby, I take you down. See? It really looks like we're going to go to the downside here on the 1 hour time frame. Sayonara scenario for Bitcoin. And you could change it a little bit if you got the 1s, as you do have to go lower to really drop. But I'm all about this bearish, this point of control too. 25,865. We lose that level, which we're losing as we speak. It's likely we come and test this high volume node at 25,750. A nice shot. A nice shot to the downside, man. How do we buy stock in Crypto Lifer Inc? Love you, bro. Giver's gain. Shout out to my man. I mean, you could buy shares of Remote Chief Inc, right? We're partying tonight. Maybe you can't. I don't want to say anything. We're partying tonight. How do we buy stock in Crypto Lifer Inc? God bless you for the $49.99. Giver's giving. Giver's gain. God bless you, man. God bless Crypto Billy and your family. You're the man, dude. Always dropping love, man. Always. I'm telling you, man. And that shows people, too, that when you show up, you never know what you're going to get. You never know who's going to give to you when you go forward, baby. So if we hold the point of control, don't get too crazy, I'm going back to the 15-minute. It makes a little more sense to me. But see how that's also going to be confusing to a beginner. there's the pattern, but how do they know when to trust the 15 or the 1 hour or, and you gotta kind of feel out price action. At the end of the day, we could keep this as the trend and then everything stays pretty cool. But in the back of my mind, I'm always sitting there just thinking, Sometimes I keep them both. I don't do it. All the things that I do, I don't do for everyone here on the channel because that would confuse most people if I did everything that I did. You know what I mean? So, bottom of the 7th, 3 outs, Baltimore with the Red Sox 12-9. And tomorrow's a big day for a lot of people. Tomorrow's the first day they're going to barbecue in the backyard with buddies. Tomorrow's the first day they're going to fire up that grill with a bunch of people and watch the old pigskin. In America, tomorrow will be the first Sunday of NFL football, and a lot of sons will get together with their dads. A lot of grandpas will hang out. A lot of families will hang out from Ohio to Texas to Maine to Vermont, down to Florida, to Alabama, to Arizona. And the pastime of football will be passed down. One kid will watch his first football with his dad and his grandpa. One little brother will finally understand the game. He may be 7 or 8. He was like 5 or 6 the last 2 years. He finally really gets it. And, I know there's some controversy over football, but there's also a tradition there. And tomorrow will be the first Sunday in my life where the NFL began and my dad wasn't there. We would have talked about it. We might even watch the game. I might have gotten visit him for the weekend. You never know. And, but I probably would have. It was a pretty nice weekend. So, shout out to everybody here on the live. So, what you're also seeing that's bearish is this 21 curving back down and price action below the 21. Remember, that doesn't usually lead to the best sign, But I would be looking for the possibility of the 7 getting a bounce. Double bottom on the stochastics is a good sign. Getting a bit of a bounce here, just back to the top of the pattern. We've been range trading all day. I don't see why we wouldn't continue to do so, right? You'll stay in the range until you don't. That's why the key area is to not short till you fall out and bearishly retest. Let it fall out first. Don't chase. It'll bearishly retest slowly back. It'll grab the first people, and then it'll hit those shorts real quick, and then it will run, So right now, the risky, high-risk idea, though, is to long with a stop loss somewhere here or here for a quick scalp back to the upside on the 7-minute time frame. But that's aggressive, and anything could happen. But there's a high likelihood. It's a 68% chance, just like this one broke out. And this is a falling wedge that you will break back to the upside. It could wick down like these ones do. You never know. All right. 1 minute's got a little bit of bullish divvy. It's not amazing, but it's got something. Pump back up to that 200. We could be getting that little move back up again. So possible scalp I see here on the 7-minute time frame for Bitcoin back to the upside. But, overall, it couldn't just... And what I'm seeing, too, is like these are shoulders, head. Like the 7 would just putt around, and that will just complete a shoulder head pattern, and then the 1 hour, Now, there's a chance we go up and down, we go like this, and then somehow all night we reset on the stochastics. And see, the stochastics are going to be your guide. That's why I'm trying to tell you so much about them every day. Who here understands the stochastic? Who here sees what I see in the stochastic? Who here thinks they're frivolous? And be honest. Who here thinks they're kind of they're confuse you? They're too much. Because there was a couple years where they were confusing to me. Yeah, we're going to give the 15 its due diligence for sure. I love what you're saying. I love you, brother. Shout out to David Kendall, man. Thank you for the message today. I really appreciate you, man. God bless you and your whole family, brother. I'm still here every day, baby. Every single day, no matter what happens in life, no matter what goes on, no matter where I go. My leg was cramping to the point where I was crawling on the floor a second ago, but it didn't matter. It was just a leg cramp. Boo-hoo, right? Yeah. I wasn't crawling through the, through the vines of Vietnam, And I don't want to make a joke about that. My uncle was in Vietnam. He's still alive. And, may God rest everyone that lost a life or a loved one in Vietnam. My dad told me, a lot of young guys he knew came back. People were never the same, So, anyway, don't want to be morbid, but, all is not well in war. Make love, not war, is the story, right? So yeah, this wick could hold us down. The 7 could kind of prop up that 15, and we'll get our move back up. But you never know. The 15 we could just rip down. Bearish retest. I'll tell you, the 1 hour doesn't look good to me. It's aggressive, and it tells me that it wants to dump hard. And there's an M pattern there. Usually it continues. And once you lose this point of control, it's going to be a pretty fast move to the downside. I believe it won't take its time. I believe we might see it tonight in the live stream, right down to 25,750. It's not going to be a huge move, but it looks very highly likely to me. All right. Looking at CHR, this thing is still in the running. Hasn't hit the stop loss yet. Just the trade we were looking at here on perpetuals. And then there's your Bitcoin perpetual as well here on MEXC. MEXC is the place to be. I absolutely love trading on MEXC every single day, basically. All right. And why I like MEXC is because they don't charge you as many fees as the other exchanges. Sometimes it can be absolutely zero fees, depending on what you're doing. All right. So sign up to MEXC today if you absolutely like saving money, but you're going to trade no matter what. I would trade MEXC, baby. All right. It's the one exchange that actually does it for everyone. All right. Join the trading group as well, where we gave a setup today for Bitcoin to the downside. It was a simple trade. Get in, get out. It was over. Beautiful. Shout out to Jason Mack gifting a membership, getting a gifted membership. God bless you, man. And thank you so much for Burke gifting a membership. We love you. Shout out to Jason. I don't want to make a joke about Vietnam either. I don't cut my grass out back now, and it felt just a tad like the Vietnam jungles, man. Well, the Vietnam jungles are still here now, so we could be making a joke just about present day Vietnam. Yeah. There's Bitcoin letting go. I mean, you know, the perpetual is all the way down to 856 already. We'll see. It's all about if we lose this level now. And that's why TA is so important too. Even if TA, some people didn't read it as well as others, it still would give you, even if you were just a beginner, it would still give you this level. You'd be like, well, if we lose this level, like, you know. What's interesting is this is, look, this is a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. This is a complex inverted head and shoulder. You see it? Shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder. Like, what if that rips to the upside, you know? It's really all about this point of control, and we keep playing with it. We lose it, you can short it. We gain it, you can long it. You lose it, a little bit of a short. But if you knew your pattern, you knew there was much not left, right? You long the top of the pattern with the above, you know? Here, so if we bearish retest, we shorten down. You know, we stay above, we pump it back up. And this line is so important. 25,868 has become a battle zone for Bitcoin. And that's that red line that you don't, you know, you're going to be, don't cross that red line. I put my line in the sand, boy. You know. I want to sign up, but I only have crypto. Email cryptolifers@gmail.com. We make it super simple to do that. We appreciate you. You can send your crypto to the right address, and we got you ready to go. TA is my second language now that hard math comes easy. You're funny. Kiss up. Shout out to BitMac in the house. Hey, no joke, Ben Armstrong is going back to YouTube. My heart is with them. Hope he comes back stronger. Shout out to AI Art Master. Shout out to Baby G. Shout out to D Shovel. Love watching these range chops. Amen. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Jason Mack, Jay Davis, GF Burke in the house, my man. Shout out to Bro Tip and everybody else here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Just making sure, yeah, some of these, all right. Yeah, so we're expecting a bounce back to the top of the time, you know, small chop time frames if you like trading smaller time frames. Boom. Boom. And we'll see what happens, or a bearish retest in the short, and that's where we would begin a short. And kind of waiting for Bitcoin to kind of play out here. So the idea is to get into an aggressive short, aggressive long. Again, and I'm not a financial advisor, this is my idea, but get into an aggressive long. If it breaks on out, so be it. If it starts to break this level, cut off the long, bearish retest, you know, hit a short, and it could do both, and neither could happen. And, you know, I personally just wait for the bearish retest, right? Knowing that the long's likely going to pump up, and then we get sideways, and then we'll see what happens there, you know. Now, if we break out of this, I'll bullishly retest. See, 25,930, which I've been talking about. Boom, is that just this key area right there. I've been watching it like a hawk, and we just can't, you know. I said if we get above it all along, we have not been able to do that. So that's a key area that I will long, and otherwise I'm looking for the short because Bitcoin has a high here, and it can't seem to get back above this high too. So Bitcoin's making lower highs. Okay. So I'm all about levels. If Bitcoin hits a level and then it can't hit that level again when the stochastics reset a few times in a row, it tells me that the momentum is to the bear side, not to the bull side. Now, if the bulls can reach up and break this level, come back for a retest, then we could probably switch the momentum, right? Been playing around with ape both ways. Want to see what Bitcoin and ETH do existing in this range. Would like the long ape as it's showing oversold. Bitcoin smart contracts. Bitcoin smart BTC. Amen. Hey, STX, baby. Good evening, lifers. Just coming back home from a 5K run, but I would have missed the stream for nothing over here. Shout out to Juan Estevez in the house. God bless you, man. You got that tiger blood? I'm just moving averages with RSI timeframes all the lifer way and making money. Many of my trades long or short, and I'm getting 100% gains. Buy very high or low. Amen. Lunacy is public. Why not trade alts instead of Bitcoin? That's what we do. Amen. But you got to look for the direction Bitcoin's going before I touch an altcoin. You know what I mean? That's the general rule of thumb-itos. What is a thumb-ito? I don't know. Don't ask me. I made it up. Okay? This is a good one. I remember back in 1983, everybody. I had just got out of jail. It was the first time I'd ever... No. I want you to party with me. Remember that time? I was in a black Cadillac driving through Miami. I love each and every one of you. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate you all for jumping on into the live. That bone long for the group is still in play from the bottom. Oh, word. Yeah. Starting with zero market knowledge, Red FT and Bloomberg. Understand basic macroeconomics. Watch the markets live. Analyze asset class relationships. Study asset allocation trend and the macro. My man. Shout out to Kaz Beats in the house. Burke, bless you, brother. Shorting since 1653. Gonna follow Bitcoin breakouts both ways for alt perp positions. Amen. You're the man, Sammy. Shout out to Sniper Paul in the house. God bless you, Sniper Paul. Shout out to the 380 beautiful souls on the live. 174 likes. All right. So now you even have another local resistance for Bitcoin at 25,891. I'm more bearish than bullish. I'll tell you that right now. We are just watching small chop price action to see if the 7 or the 15 will either break out here or lose this channel for a bearish retest to the downside. And I'm gonna get rid of this other idea here. Just I'm gonna pick sides at one point, you know. And this point of control is so important too. That's why it's interesting that it could line up with this idea, you know. The point of control is a red line on what's called the VRVP. The VRVP is a beautiful indicator, can use all by itself here. It can be accessed by typing in VRVP. It can be accessed by typing in VRVP. We're going to do that again. It can be accessed by typing in VRVP. Right there, you can star it and make it one of your favorite indicators so it's in your favorites if that's what you want to be doing. VRVP, once you have it, click on it. It'll look like this, but it won't look like this necessarily. It'll look like this with 24 bars. It still works, but I like to see it, you know, far more, you know, delineated, I guess, with far more little lines in it so I can see what's going on. And so add a zero there and it looks better, just, you know, more concise, more precise, gives me a little more way to read. And the red line tells me where there's the most buying and selling in a complex area of up and down price movement. Every time you lose the red line, usually you drop down. Every time you gain the red line, you pump up. And you can see it happening. Short the red line was great. Long the red line was good. Short the red line, okay. Long the red line, a little bit of a bump. Short the red line, great. Long the red line, great. Short the red line, all right. Long the red line, great. And then come back down because you're at the top of the channel, which was we short those rising wedges, which we talked about earlier today, and that's one of the that's actually, this is the first trade we gave today, was this falling wedge breakdown on the 5. And you'd be like, no, you didn't, Lifer. You just like to say you did things because you're one of those YouTubers that runs your mouth and then just says things. And I say, no, I have everything backed up here, time-stamped inside of a trading group that I'm in, and I talk about it all the time. And here I am, Bitcoin 50-minute, about to dump more on 130, and it just came out, but it was about to fall even further to the downside, hit the top of the channel. You could see the stochastics also wanted to break us to the downside. Perfect pattern trade on the 7-minute on a Saturday, and the 7-minute also brought you down. I use the 7 and the 15-minute, if you know me, to trade both time frames and price action. That's going to lose it. I mean, we know it's 25-7. This one is, the point of control here is really tighter, but we're below the point of control now for sure. Definitely. Yeah, I'm going to give it 25.872 now. So every time we're below it, I am more bearish. This is a bit of an M pattern, and that's kind of Bitcoin for a minute here. Bond looking interesting to me. It's making somewhat higher lows. If I see it get tighter and tighter in that zone, chance that Bond's going to make that big move here and finally bottom itself. Bit of an Adam and Eve kind of something to see here. And then Bond could make a big move out of here to the upside. CTC, FXX, SFP, and ALEPH. We got alerts here. CTC, FXX. Let's take a look at CTC. Credit coin. This thing blasted to the upside. I mean, getting tight, got above the 200 SMA, and this thing was gone. CTC. It's weird. Or something, man. There it is. Credit coin. And see, I was looking at this morning. I was like, this thing could pump. And I had an alert on it here. It was low stochastic, looking good on the 1 hour time frame. Look at that thing. Bang. I had an alert on this thing. It's so crazy. And I didn't even put this to the trading group. I don't think I put this out to the group. Like, every alert doesn't make it because I'll look at everything and be like, I was looking at Bitcoin more today too, and I was like, But that thing did pump beautifully. Look at in the 1 hour, it says it has room to go. I mean, small time frames really now to see kind of what it's going to do here. Flag out the 5. That wants to continue because the 1 hour just is like getting started and is looking like it could continue though. So something I already put an alert on earlier today that I don't think I was able to tell. Let me see. Did I say put an alert on CTC? And I usually do. Forgive me if I didn't, but it happens. Now, last time I put it out was a while back. Interesting. So we'll also look at ALEPH, ALEPH, right? This thing is down and out. Nah, I'm not a fan at the moment. Daily's overbought. Not to toll. You can also look at all your alerts too and see what's going on. Oh yeah, SFP. Oh, I guess I'm just watching this on the 3-day. You see, I'm watching it on the 3-day to see, but this thing is down and out though. All right, Gods Unchained sitting interesting. Still inside of this flag, 4 hours playing games, It's been pretty wicky. Smaller cap, they're going to do that. I keep the alert there, though, just so I can watch it as it goes sideways. So it did pump up, came back down, pumped up, came back down again. So it had some action. Pumped up for about 13% gains. Interesting. Since I put it out, it did get some nice, but it's right back down again. It's interesting. So, but the bigger move has not played out yet on like the 4 hour time frame. The daily still has legs. 22 is a little overbought for me too as well. So we'll see. And maybe in a bigger pattern like this where it has to just kind of continue to consolidate here a little more before it makes a bigger move is an idea. But to me, it looks like it respected that line so well and then did break out. So I was thinking of entering this trade. I did not today. So I'm waiting it out. TRX has been interesting to me, right? And you see it got that news of being like used a lot more as for US Tether. And I use Tron all the time to move my Tether. So Tron, see how it's getting tighter and tighter in this bigger zone? And I have an alert on it. You might just want to watch this one. Looks like Tron could start making some type of bigger move to the upside. And could it kind of be the call of a bigger rally? All right. I'll put out REAP to the trading group. This one's been really interesting. We'll talk about REAP coin right now, REAP chain. But I put out this coin back here. I was looking at it. This thing is up 119%. It did take about a month, but still, I mean, since that tightness. And so I'm always watching this consolidation, these tightness. If you go back to the 4-hour and you look at those moving averages before it broke out, you can see that they were all over each other. And this is the sauce right here. What's interesting is, look, I bet there's a Master Friend 786 right there. Look, for the entry to get in. Bang. Right? So I don't care if you take the leverage trading course, my class, stay, you know, or you just stick into the free, I mean, and the free stuff that Master Friend is putting out and the free stuff that I'm putting out. Learn your Fibonacci's, understand it, right? We've been talking about the 786 to the 706, this whole area for 3-4 years here on this channel. It's all about this retracement area all the time, right? These are key areas of a retracement. And if it's a big one, it's the 886. You come all the way back down, right? So this is just learn your Fibonacci. You will start to see, you know, confluence, all right? And classes tomorrow, I'm telling you right now, learn, like, wouldn't you want to learn, like, wouldn't you want to be able to do this? You know, you're losing leverage trades left and right. Instead, you pull a fib, you see price, you wait for price to get to 786, you see it, you execute. Look at that. Boom, you're up hundreds of percent, you get out of the trade. Happens a lot, all right? And you'll learn this execution style over and over again. Take the class, it's $150. You remember this for the rest of your life. How to do it. He'll teach you so much more about leverage trading than you even knew was possible. How to really manipulate the leverage to your favor in some amazing ways. Again, we are not financial advisors. Nothing we say and do should be taken as such. But we will teach you how to use the program and teach you how to leverage trade and just show you different things that you never thought possible. That class is tomorrow. I'm telling you right now, I got so much out of it. You will get so much out of it too. So jump on in tomorrow to the Leverage Mastery, Sundays 12 p.m. Eastern with Grandmaster Friend. Become a leverage master, man. Advanced strategies and risk management. Gain access to the 99 members. Gain access to the Discord section and follow-up mentoring sessions. Exclusive lifer. $150 for serious traders. Hit the QR code or the link to jump on in. I'm telling you right now, it's tomorrow, 12 o'clock. It'll blow your mind. I don't teach the class. My buddy does. You'll love it. I keep my fibs in practice well documented. Amen. Reap chain just doing amazing things to the upside. And we also like to short, okay? We also like to short. Really, really cool thing here. And I'm showing people my strategies live so you don't feel hesitant to join the trading group, right? So you're like, you know what? This man said this and it happened. And I'm going to continue to say things to your face on this channel, and they're going to happen over and over again. But look here. Watchers 9-3, we would hit the 21 SMA on day 3. I mean, so far we've already hit it on the 21 on the 2-day. And we talked about this when we were back here on the 3rd. If you go back to the 3rd, price action was right here, right? Even went up a little bit on the 3rd. So like, yeah, like in the middle of these. Look, this goes from the Saturday, September 2nd to Monday. What happened to Sunday over here? Oh, it's the 2-day chart. Hey, I'm just joking, but let's go to the daily. And so on the 3rd is right here. This is where we said we like to short the market, right? Came up a little bit, top of the channel the next day, but I mean, boom. Look at the money right there. And just looking at the bigger time frames and not sweating the small stuff, knowing that over time, what's going to happen on the Stokes will play out over time, right? And moving averages play a key role in understanding how they work and how price action moves into them and out of them. Look, everyone talks about the NASDAQ NQ. Let's break that down for you, and we're going to break down and so many things. Let's talk about the NQ right now, because you have a lot of macro investors really, really worried about the stage for the NQ, all right? When you're looking at bigger time frames for the NQ, anything like that, you do want to look at the weekly, the monthly, The monthly is getting overbought, similar to Bitcoin. The last time we had a double top here, the monthly did get overbought, and we had a lot of months of pain. Could be and the moving averages are far apart. We are in a macro uptrend on the monthly. Okay, I will give them that. But at the same time, the monthly just crossed the dotted line and came up a little bit here, and we had a massive rally. And then we came up here, just crossed here, we're in a similar place right there, and we had massive rallies. So we could just kind of do something like this, and that just would be an explosion. But I'll heat it for, So then I go kind of closer in the 2-week, and the 2-week does suggest that we actually have some pain coming. But we could nullify it by going pretty much sideways, and where these moving averages are is a pretty good place. The 21 coming back up to price action. We do have to touch the 21, but it looks like we could kind of go up and down here and bring in that 21. The weekly is very oversold, has already bounced off the 21, and is showing signs of consolidation. We called this bottom here for you on the S&P, which ricocheted through the markets, and the bottom was called based on the bullish divergence on the weekly. I backtested this on the NQ, okay? Let's go find bullish divergence on the weekly. Let's go find it. The last time we can see any type of divergence on the weekly at all, right, is right here, which is a swing down, and a swing up, which also was a hidden bullish. This is my key to success. I'll look for a big time frame hidden bullish with a big time frame bullish. When they intersect at that same low, that falling wedge is likely to break to the upside. The moving averages will be getting close together. That is my package. I've studied this for years on multiple assets through multiple time frames, and I'm telling you right now, I can pick out very likely when we're going to continue or end a rally on a macro time frame based on these ideas. I've been doing it for 10 years now. I have a really good handle over it. And again, I can't tell you exactly, but how did I call that bottom on the S&P? And there's a video on the channel explaining, and I come out and I'm making a bold call, one of the boldest calls I've ever made. I said, this is like anyone who trades anything in the world. Back in October, early mid-October, I was actually on a flight back home. It was the 8th or 7th because I went to Vegas from the 6th to the 8th or something like that. And boom, I'm not showing the S&P where I made the call, but they're identical. If you look at the S&P 5, if you look at ES1 here and the E-mini futures, and you look at the weekly, and the same idea here was the call. Right there on the weekly divergence. Now, that's why I called the bottom for Bitcoin too, and that's why I'm screaming that Bitcoin is bottomed, and it's very unlikely we're going to find a new bottom. Now, it would take a black swan, Great Depression, whole world reset for this to go all the way down. So fine, if that happens, fine. But to me, that would be like the end-all game, So let's get back to the NQ, and let's take a look here. So we see we have a key level of support that we bounced from, and we've been inflated. They printed so much money here, and now there's so much money in the system. It's like you're in a bathtub, and, there was a little ducky, and let's just say this is the bathtub. Hold on. This is the bathtub. Here's the little cool feet. Everyone has cool bathtub feet, right? Make like little cool feet. Anyway. Here's the water line right now. Here was the water line. They printed money, and they brought the water line so high, right up to here. Sorry, if I can make a straight line. Oh, I did it. And they brought the little ducky that was here, and he's now up here. Here's the little ducky now. Okay? I don't care what they do now. Like, they can't, you know what I mean? And so these levels have been so inflated that even if prices come down and the market settles off, it's such a, and they've been doing it for so long. They've been printing money for so long. And I used to tell people this, and it's funny, and I predicted, if you weren't watching my channel, we talked about the dump in 2020, and I'll show you some funny, interesting things, but we used to come here a lot on my channel and talk about it and say, listen, here's the 08 crisis right here. 08 crisis, look at the dump on the 08 crisis. They start printing money, right? Boom, 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 boom. You can even see the dot-com bubble here. Right here's the dot-com bubble. In 01, right? And there's the crash. Horrible crash. We recover in 02, 03. We pump all the way back up to 08. Boom. Not crazy. Dot-com bubble, only 8 years. 99 to the 2000s. Boom. I mean, it's been short-lived. Like, we have lived through the Internet of Things. All of us. Like my generation has watched so much. I was born in 83. We have seen so much. And never mind the moving averages, you can learn about how we got above the 200 here, how they're, But anyway, that's not what we're talking about. We're going to show you just kind of traditional ideas. We came down here. This is the 09, and then we come up, and they print, right? A little bit of trouble there, right? We had some repo issues. Remember? Overnight repo issues in the 2015. Looked like some banks were going to collapse in the lending sector. It didn't look good. Oh, wash that under the rug. Oh. And then here we are, 2018. Nasty dump in the market. Market resettles back down, 19, right? Pandemic comes in out of nowhere. Affects the market. Then we get the pandemic crash. And they just keep printing. And printing. And then the rich take profits because, I mean, right? They want to buy stuff like all the real estate in the world, but they can't crash the markets too much. So they buy, this is the rich taking as much as they can without the market. You know what I mean? And then when they got low, they sold off properties that were probably in profit, swapped that money back in, and put that money to work again. It's just like, so what I'm looking at here is consolidation at a higher level due to mass amounts of printing. And you can see it. I mean, it's on the charts. Now, that is a double top. Is it time to come home to roost? I mean, we've double topped right there. Did it matter? Right there. There was bearish div and everything. And then you look, okay, bearish divergence. How bad can it get? Right? And, and you see there is a bearish div here. But it's actually, it's actually not. That's actually weird. That's actually hidden bearish divergence right there, which actually is a sign that the trend will continue to the downside. That is hidden bearish. When you have a low and then a higher high on the RSI, which is something I didn't expect to see. Some hidden bearish divergence, which tells us we could have some trouble. But what I'm seeing here is something like this, some type of consolidation for the NQ. I do see some downside. I do see some retracing. On let's see the 3-day chart, right? No, actually, no, that looks good to me. Daily just needs to retrace a little bit. Come back down, probably to the bottom of the pattern here. Or maybe even here, just to 1368, 688. But it does look like we're going to have to retrace a little bit here. And it'll panic the market, but if you know your TA and you're just watching TA, it's like watching popcorn while everyone freaks out. And that could just end up being a blast off, right? Now, it's interesting is this would kind of coincide with somewhat of a bull market for Bitcoin. And new highs for the NASDAQ up to 24, right? So, one last thing I want to do before we jump away from this theory and these ideas here on the Saturday night is show you the bullish divergence on the weekly. So, what we'll do is we'll get rid of the RSI. We'll get rid of the MACD. And we'll really open up the RSI and we'll take a look at this. Now, I do see the hidden bearish. That's pretty strange. Now, one thing I want to talk about, there it is, swing down and swing down, swing up. So where else have we seen it? Now, I showed you the hidden bullish that happened, but let's move away from that. So like this swings up. I mean, there's hidden bullish there. You're swinging up. This is how you know to stay inside of a trend. It's bouncing. Everyone's freaking out, but the RSI is pushing down while the price is pushing up. You know you're going to make a higher high inside. You got to trust that hidden bullish, though. People that trust their hidden bullish become masters of the masses, really, because most people will never be able to even figure out what it is or know it. Most people will never know what it is. You know what I mean? And so there's kind of that bearish retest that you're looking for. I feel like if we're really hard on it, kind of that was the bearish retest right there. See it? Boom. Let's go to your 15 and look at that point of control. And you're below the POC, so it's but look how oversold you are. You know what I mean? especially on the 15. So you just, if you know your patterns, you're expecting the bounce to the top of the pattern still. You'd rather a bigger fall, bearish retest first. Back to what we're saying, but thank you. So now we start to look for bullish divergence for Bitcoin, right? The weekly bullish divergence. And there it is right here. Swing down, right? Actually, no, not even good enough there. It didn't do it because that doesn't swing up. It swings flat. It is there, but it's not as sharp as what we got going on today. So we're going back. So what I'm trying to show you is, here's the bullish divergence that I'm finding. That tells you that's a bottom of a market. That's when markets bottom. Like that's, I've analyzed these 100 ways on many different time frames and all different stuff. And we're on the weekly on the NASDAQ. So you keep looking for this stuff, right? And you keep looking for the divergence. And you know what it's supposed to look like. You know you're going to get that uptrend on the RSI. Look, you don't even see the RSI uptrend anywhere here. There you see a little bit. But normally what you're seeing is hidden bullish. So like this is an uptrend here. Here's a slight one because I don't use wicks, right? And that's candle body to candle body downtrend. And there's your uptrend here. I mean, there's a weekly bullish dip. That was 2009. That was the bottom of the market. That was when the market would bottom. You know what I mean? So I am telling you that the NASDAQ is bottomed for at least it says for 5 to 6, 7 years. And I know it sounds insane, and you probably think I'm insane, but I might be one of the only analysts saying these things out there. And because I come from such a different traditionally trained background, and because I'm not like, your average finance guy, people look at it funny, but I called that. Again, we'll see what happens over time. Anything could happen, I guess. I don't want to be, but I am pointing out things that people that don't spend hours and hours doing this haven't seen. And I'm trying to, and I don't think they realize how powerful and like that was the last one we really had that was that powerful was 09. And the last time the RSI even got that close to being low was the 08 crisis. We went below the dotted line. Even there in 08, in 2020 right there. So the recent dump we had in October, like the RSI got lower than the dump in the pandemic. You know what I mean? You see how much money they printed? To me, that's the answer to this question, because how could we get that low yet be so hot? Because the market has had so much inflated money. And they're going to continue to print money. And I'm telling you, if they continue to print money, this is going to try to come down. But if they keep printing money, which they're going to have to do, they raised the debt ceiling. So now politicians are going to start begging for money soon. Money is going to be printed October, November, December, January. And as stocks sell off and people want to sell them off, the prices of them will continue to stay up because the dollar will continue to become more prevalent. And when there's more dollars lose value. And there's more value. When the dollars lose value, the price of everything absorbs that. That's what they call inflation. That's why they call it inflation. For me, that's why I really believe they call it inflation, because it's like inflating a tube. When you inflate a tube, right? Like an air, you put air into something. When they print money, they're printing basically that same money's air. They're pushing air into products, and all the products absorb the air. They get inflated. That's to me why they call it inflation, and that's why, in my humble opinion, the M2 money supply will increase. We will see a fluctuation in liquidity, and I'm seeing a bull. Now I do see a pullback, on the daily, which tells me for the next, for a week or two, we might see some downside for the NQ. And people would say, is this the end of this rally? Are we bearish now? There's a high, there's a low, there's a lower low. I mean, it is the beginning of a downtrend. We will have to put in a higher high and then break the trend, in the coming 3, 4, 5 months up until, somewhere into December, January, or February. We'll see how this goes, but, and I will change the whole story if we do break this low. But we've just never broken a low of a bullish divergence on the weekly. Like within a year. Like it takes 5, 6, 7, 8 years. and usually by then you're somewhere up in here because they printed so much money. So they got the system this far, printing money. I don't think they're going to stop printing money. I think by 10, I think it will be 10. I think 10 more, 20, I think 15 more years and the gig is up, maybe a little less. And the gig is completely up, you know? And yeah, I mean, that was powerful for me to talk about. I hope it was powerful for you to hear. It's more than just daily TA and, you know, how to pick the pocket of a market maker. I want you to understand macroeconomic cycles. I want you to realize that charts tell a story. I want you to realize that charts tell you more than anyone else could tell you. And people will attempt to get in your head, and they'll say they went to Harvard, and they'll tell you they've run 100 businesses, and they've said they've traded this and traded that and swapped futures and done it all. But I'm telling you right now, until they put in the work and they've seen what you've seen in the charts, they have not a clue, my friends. The charts tell a story, and they can't see it because they're never gonna put in the time of the charts. So you can't even really like begin to kind of get too catty about it, because you just kind of say, you know, it is what it is. The thing about it is you can always read what a macroeconomist reads and do the research, right? But they won't do the TA. So you're you know. The only thing that doesn't go up in hyperinflation is the loan balance. Funny. Use that fake money. Amen. There's only one way out of a $30 trillion debt. You inflate your way out, right? Yeah, until the debt is so little because the money's so worthless. So crazy, right? Sad. Let's take a look at Render. Render's been on the radar recently, back on, and so is Vulcan Forge. You know, because of that gaming, you know, you've seen George talking about it, Crypto R Us, Leah Helpburn, right? And Evans too, my man. So many cool, Brian Evans, so many cool people on that show, and it's getting some good buzz, right? A real good buzz. So that's helping gaming coins. DeFi Kingdoms was on the show. You know, my man Dreamer, I met him a few times at different events, mainly in Florida. So, but the idea behind this is it's going to get people saying, well, what is Vulcan Forge? Like, Vulcan Forge was on a television show, you know? Like, what is Vulcan Forge, right? What is that? So, just interesting. You know what I mean? So, I believe that show is going to propel some of these coins to get some buzz. You know, I like Render in this cup and handle. I have it sitting here nice and pretty on the weekly. I mean, that's where you want to begin to be DCAing into coins, especially after the low weekly for a few weeks now. We've pulled a fib on it. It has retraced to the 786. I mean, it's at the 786 Fibonacci retracement from this wick to that impulse there, okay? And so I like what I'm seeing here on the bigger time frame. My 3-day also starting to get a little bit of a love, pushing to the upside. Now, could it make a shoulder ahead and a bigger right shoulder? There's a chance. I'm open-minded to that. But let's see if it breaks out and retests 163. That's going to be a strong area for a long into the golden pocket too as well. So I like that it's above the 200 SMA on the 3-day chart. That's beginning of bullishness. Last time it got above the 200 SMA on the 3-day, I guess it couldn't because, you know, but right there, and we started to get some serious fireworks to the upside. And this is what I want to see for Casper. And this is the regular progression, all right? And let me explain this to you. You pump up, and I'm teaching you the 3-day because the 3-day is amazing, and it works well. And so I always say, hey, price action has to come back to these are easy shorts. You know, you find, boom, you find the bearish div, right? You see the resistance. You execute the short. You sit and you wait till price action gets to the 21. You get paid. It takes some time, you know. Usually the 3-day will break below the 21 and give you more, and you'll usually have to come down to the 200 SMA or more. Then you pull your fib on the 3-day, and really you should be waiting till the 618 to get paid. Once you get to the 618, you could take 70% off the table and try to leave a runner to the 786. Okay? Again, I'm not a financial advisor. These are amazing strategies I'm giving you for free. AKRO just did it. I told everyone it was going to do it. I talked about it before it happened. I went over it in depth. I don't play games. I show you the truth. I give you the truth. We are the truth. I am the truth. This is cryptocurrency trading every single day. Same thing here. 3-day chart is going to drop to that 200 SMA. It starts on the daily. Same, you can start the short here. You get the bearish div on the daily. All you have to know here is how to trade RSI. All you need is the RSI in this one. You don't even need the other moving averages. You need the RSI, and you literally could just use 2 moving averages. I mean, this is just, you know, and you can be a G, and people will think you're just like a genius. It takes so much patience. You know what I mean? So you go back in time. Once you see it, and price action gets far away from that, you find the div, you begin to build the short. And you just wait patiently to get paid, man. You're going to go back to that 21 SMA. It's going to happen to everything. It's going to happen to everything in the world. Look, you don't believe me? Let's look at gold. Gold's completely different than Acropolis, which is right? That's a MEXC altcoin. You'd be like, no way gold does that. Only little altcoins do that. I could never trade gold like that. Dude, you could Forex your way. I could get everything, and you can take this to the 1 minute. You can do everything I'm teaching you. Look, there it is right there. You'll get the bearish div. You'll be away from the 21. And I'll be like, hey, man, it's time to short some gold. Short it back to the 21-day moving average. Every time you get the bearish div right here, here you get it again. I mean, there it's like weird bearish div, but you still get it. Here it's like really horrible. It's like class C, because this is your heavy swing up, and then the swing up's not as heavy. It tells you will get a drop. And these are rising wedges that break down, right? Rising wedges break down 68% of the time. Moving averages are far apart. If I flip on the other ones, right? We're running a clinic tonight on a Saturday night, just like giving you guys gems. And here's another rising wedge. It's supposed to break to the downside, go back to the 21 SMA, right? You're overbought on the, you know, and that's a quick short right there. Boom, boom, right? So this child's play to me. You just have to let it go. You just have to let it go without letting your brain get in the way. And usually you're going to come back down to a key level on a Fibonacci. Right there, you have the 786. There's a chance this goes lower to the 200 SMA. Right? Then I can bring other patterns. And look, this is a giant cup and handle gold has been in since 2011. Right? You'd be like, well, that doesn't happen on the euro dollar USD. I was trading that yesterday. Be like, all right, well, let's take a look. Euro dollar, right? 3-day chart. It had master bearish div here. I mean, bearish div right there, and then it even had a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. I mean, it told you it was time to take that was going to take a nasty dump. And you had bearish div right here, right? And you're away from the 21. Now, it goes the other way. You'll get bullish div, and you'll be away from the 21, right? On the bottom side. But there's nice bullish divergence. And I bet you this had bullish div on the weekly too. It did. Because this follows Bitcoin in a nutshell, which tells you that euro dollar basically has bottomed. Right? On a mass scale. Right? And we've been showing you how this is Bitcoin right here, euro dollar, right? Because here you have your, it's funny how that looks very similar too, but there we go. We're starting to drop. Now the short's going to go, baby. in my humble opinion. The 1 hour is just going to pin us. You could wait for the perfect bearish retest. I feel like it already came on the smaller time frame. You can be really perfect and wait, but it looking like the 1 hour is going to pin us down. No reason to be more bullish than short yet. I mean, the only thing we can do is pull this out and say, okay, we haven't hit the bottom trend on the 1 hour yet, because that's candle to candle. Fine, you know. But we bounced earlier today off that exact channel. So to me, I feel like we lost it. That's why I'm sticking to it. It already kind of looks like, and again, we lost the point of control. So as long as you're below 25.70, you just remain bearish. You know, that's all. They might flip. The only thing is the weekend, they could flip the price right back up again. But look how see how the 200 is curving down? That's just bearish too. That tells me that this is dropping. It's an M pattern. Like, you open up the short, stop loss above here, and you don't get emotional. You either get kicked out or you get your money. Yeah, it's a 3-to-1 reward ratio right to here. So I believe the smart idea is to open a short, for me personally right now. Stop loss somewhere at, you know, above 25.9. 25.918, that key level of resistance. Ride this trade down to the downside. And there you go. I'm calling short, just like, you know, and I'm not going back and forth on it or if it, you know. The only thing I say, there might be a better entry if these flip back bullish again. And there's even a chance that they reverse all the way back inside, do some stupid stuff, and then dump again. And try to go after who just has a, you know, and they might even wake up. So be careful. There's a chance they do hunt those stop losses. And we still eventually go further to the downside. Sorry, I don't know why that move on me. And that would be a bit of a double bottom too. And there you go, 25,857. Remain shorts for Bitcoins. Remain shorts for Bitcoin. I hold more in ETH than Bitcoin. Love ETH as an L1. Interesting. Over 215 tech, slow, expensive to use. Asset manager from Fidelity is saying ETH is undervalued. Yeah, it probably is. Nah, Bitcoin bouncing up here, I think we will see. The small time frames say you're going to get a bounce, but they're pretty beat to the ground. Takes you to the 1 minute, and I mean the 1 minute just let go. You know what I mean? Dumpage, baby. Bogdanum, dump it, Bogdanum. I just called the short, and look. NDL, baby, NDL. NDL, baby, NDL. Anyway. If there's any flies on the guy, he was dead over here, eh? Hey. Remember, he used to shine shoes. He used to shine those shoes so much. They were the shiny, man. He used to sit there, man. He used to scrub them. He gave him everything he had. They were the shiniest. Man, my shoes were nicer than anything you've ever seen. I see my reflection in those shoes, huh, Tommy? I don't shine shoes no more, huh? I don't shine shoes no more, eh, Gabe? I don't shine shoes no more, eh? My Joe Pesci. I don't shine shoes no more, right, huh? Things have changed, huh? Things are a little different now, huh? Okay? Go get your shine box. I love that, man. Go shine those shoes, Tommy. I am expecting a bounce back on the smaller time frames. I've said that before just because of what I'm seeing. Futures are lower than regular, though, which is interesting, too. Shout out to all the super chats. God bless you all. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate you for jumping on into the super chat easies. Thank you. Remember, this is the show that makes it easy to join the trading group. You don't have to think. And join the Facebook group, please. We just want as many groups as we can in case anything happens to one of them. We can communicate to you, get you going, tell you what's happening. If we do an event, we do a meetup. I also am I'm a generous guy. I like to do cool stuff for each and every one of y'all. So join the trading group today, all right, where you'll be privy to all the information. I may wake up in the middle of the night and put out a coin. You never know when I'm putting something out. And in the trading group, once you're there, you have access to this mastery class. I'm telling you right now, it'll blow your mind, all right? CHR update, please. It's right here in my face. It's just going sideways, man. More and more, you know? It's just playing with our heartstrings. I'd cut the trade off personally because the bigger time frames just look, you know, the daily looks whack. And honestly, if we just take the deep breath, let it finish its one big pump, wait for some bearish divvy, you know. I mean, it looks like at the same time, I mean, the 4 hour looks interesting. The 1 hour looks like it could continue to pump, so it's high risk, high reward at this point. 1 hour is a little further away, but there could be one more magic touch. You know, you don't really have the bearish div yet. So what we're looking for really is the pump and then this to come up, and then we'll have bearish divergence. And then we can short the daily back to the 21 SMA and everything will be dandy. So it looks like CHR could still get a pump. Has not been stopped out yet, right? I love when I put out a trade. And this is how you know, like, it's more of a beginner. Sorry, not to be rude, but I'll put out a trade something like this, and it, you know, it won't hit the stop loss, won't have done anything yet. And like 5 hours later, people are like, what, you know, can I get an update? And it's like, well, trade is just still sitting, you know, didn't get stopped out and didn't hit the target yet. All right. Lemons to be everyone here. Smash the like for the man every single day. Shout out to Jeffrey Bridges in the house. God bless you, man. Thank you for being here. Every single day, baby. Every single day. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Hey, good evening, Sam and all the chat. Can you take a look at SBR? Thank you. Cadena TA would be appreciated. BLZ short-term double bottom. Thank you. Sniper Paul. Crypto Billy. Thank you for all you do, Lifer. What are your thoughts? Are there any on stocks you would rather hold in Ethereum? I like Mara over Ethereum. I would hold the mining stocks, honestly. I think they'll do really good, really fast, and appreciate. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, though, so do whatever makes you happy. Let's take a look at SBR. Saber Protocol on MEXC. All right, so it looks like someone may have asked me about it. I had put it in this bit of a consolidative channel here, right? And it looked nice. It looked like it could have held that channel, but it lost that. It made the, you know, it was making higher lows each time, right? Got to always watch trend. Low, higher low, lower low, lower high, lower low. Now it's in a downtrend. It changed trend there, and once it changed trend, it changed the pattern, right? Pattern's still not the worst pattern, but it's getting closer and closer to a descending triangle vibe. And the 4 hours also overbought, so I'd look for this to probably come back down here somewhere, something like this, back to the downside. I don't know exactly what it's planning. Looking like I may make a descending triangle and then maybe even dump more. I don't know. The daily looks interesting. Sometimes I want to do this and just cut off those sections. In fact, it's a falling wedge, and it just did this weird dip down. And look, that's probably a 786 fib. See, pretty close to it with a wick. You'll start seeing this stuff. You'll just know it. You'll just know what fib it went to and how it went there. So the daily looks interesting. The daily says it could pop. It's got tight moving averages, you know. It's above the 200 SMA. It just got a daily cross. Yeah, it already bounced low. It's in the golden pocket. The daily looks interesting. I'll give you that. And it looks like it could get a move because it's back above the 200 SMA. And that's always a bullish sign. 4 hour, however, isn't in my flavor. So I'd wait for this 4 hour to kind of reset here. Now, there's a chance it leans on the daily and it breaks on out. That would be great. A better idea would be the retest of 11485, right? That would be the safest, you know. Wait for this the Stokes reset and get that retest to me, and then ride the daily to the upside. I don't think I would trade this. I don't know why. Just maybe I will. Who knows? But I don't know. I can't explain. Every once in a while, there's something I just won't trade. There's something about it I can't explain. Let's take a look at Kadena USDT, and maybe I'll miss out. I'll probably pump huge. Whenever I say that, it usually pumps up huge. So don't mind me. I have my own weird quirks that have nothing to do with anything but me and my weirdness. I'm just honest too. Maybe I should be quiet sometimes. I don't know. It's funny, they only have the perpetual. So I'll look at the Binance here, or even the KuCoin, but they only have the perpetual on MEXC for some reason. So I've been just talking about, if you really like Kadena, it's a long term. You know, it's back down at 53 cents. Some of the lowest prices it's ever been at. The lowest it's ever really been is 41. I mean, it's not that far away, and it could go lower. The daily's overbought. It can't seem to get back above the range. I don't know if insiders are selling it off. I don't know what's going on with the coin. You finally do have a divergence here, though, which tells you that that should be your bottom. Very sharp decline in price action with a bottomed out RSI. Usually that's going to be some of the greatest places to get in. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing else I say should be taken as such. So, and celebrate the first super chat from my man, Nick 494 Boo, man. And that's interesting. Somewhere about a few months back, we started getting so many new super chats. We really appreciate that. The channel really bouncing strong during this bear market. $88 in chat revenue on the super chat. God bless you, man. We have 363 people, 247 likes. I see channels with hundreds of people. They do not make the super chat revenue that this channel does over and over again. You people are so appreciative of the TA work. You people are so nice. You're so kind of the constant, every single daily effort. And you really, really show me you appreciate it. I love each and every one of you for that. Give yourself a hand. You've made me strong. You've made the community strong. Each and every one of us are strong together, right? And look at, there's the short to the downside, 846. You're in the money now, aren't you? You're in the money now. You can't say you're not. It's right there. You're in the money, baby. Lost the point of control. You got to take the short. Just don't think about your emotions. Think about the chats. Overbought stochastics pushing down 1 hour. Period. Right? Double top. M pattern. Let's take a look at our baby BOOKMAP. Link in the description below to BOOKMAP. All right. And BOOKMAP really, it has liquidity to the downside. That's about it. Nothing crazy, but more liquidity down here to about 25,000, 24,800 for BOOKMAP. So it also suggests that we go lower somewhere to 25.5, 25.4. And where's my target? 25,750. We don't even need to go, And look, we're going to run through this gap of the VRVP and take our money down here. Not guaranteed. It could easily reverse and stop everybody out. The smaller time frames want to do that, like the 7 and the 15 are saying, hey, look for divergence on the smaller time frames. The 1 hour's trying to plot on us right there. You see that? Now, this is my other funky strategy, right? So if you're in a short, you keep a bigger short open. But now, while the bigger short's open, you can scalp along on the way back up. Usually, this will come back to the 200 SMA once you get this divergence in. And that's going to be the quick scalp long right here. Even if the trade continues down, and this is the little thing I teach here. You get the divergence, you should pump back up to the 2. It should take about 30 to 40 minutes at the very most. Anywhere between 10 to 30, 40 minutes, and you should pump back up to this 200 SMA. Let's see if the algorithm kicks in like it should. Happens like 95% of the time. And this is a cool... So these are... I'm giving you my sauce, man. And I finally stuck on my sauce. I got my sauce, bro. And my sauce is saucy. And I stay on that sauce, baby. I stay on that sauce. Yeah, 837 for Bitcoin on the futures. And another thing about is, having your ducks in a row, putting things in order. ITrust Capital is an amazing place to help you do that. You can roll your IRA that you already had. Say you worked hard, you had no idea what crypto was. Then you learn what crypto is. And you're like, well, I'd rather have an IRA. You have an IRA already. So you've already determined you're going to save till you're 60 years old. And you've already started it. You can roll that IRA into ITrust Capital today. Call their people. They know exactly how to do it. They'll get the right forms. They are regulated beautifully. They follow all the right framework that they need to. Hit the QR code or the link into that. You want to know more about ITrust Capital. You can buy and sell the cryptocurrency inside of the account, and you can do it tax-free. I'm telling you right now, there's no other place you can do these things and take advantage of these types of lucrative tax benefits. And again, I'm not a CPA. Get yourself a CPA into there, talk about it. But ITrust Capital today is an amazing company. I like the team. The CEO, they were founded and formed by an amazing person. Check them out today. I'm telling you right now, ITrust Capital will blow your mind. Imagine if you got into Shiba Inu. Say you had 1 Bitcoin. You put a half or a quarter Bitcoin in there. Shiba Inu goes up 10x, 20x. You sell it. You turn half a Bitcoin, let's just say, into 10 Bitcoins. Now you're sitting on 11 Bitcoins in there, and Bitcoin 10 years from now is at $1 million. 20 years from now, Bitcoin's at $1.5 million, $2 million. Who knows really where it's at? But it's somewhere. It's a good asset. You're sitting on 50 million in there, or 20 million, whatever. You got 10 and it's 2. Fine, you're sitting on 20 million. You don't pay taxes on that huge move you made on Shiba Inu, and then maybe you keep trading throughout, on and off. Maybe you only make 5 or 10 trades in 20 years, but each of them develop a 5x to a 10x, and you end up with 50 Bitcoins in there. So the key is to do as many things as you can when you're saving for the future. So I really like that iTrust Capital does that. They also support the channel, right? They're a sponsor of the channel. That is, I want to say that, but I wouldn't work with a company that I didn't believe in. I just wouldn't. You know what I mean? Sign up today or check it out today. At least research them, find out what's going on. And you might, in a few days, you might be like, you know what? You might be rolling your IRA right back into iTrust Capital. All right. So it's an amazing idea. I mean, whoever came up with it, and they really don't have that many competitors because they do it the best. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's someone out there that does something similar. There's gold IRAs. There's all sorts of stuff out there, but they do it the best. Super chats, GFAL for the morning update, COREUM and BLZ. Let's take a look at GFAL for the morning update. Holding me to every single thing I said. Let's take a look. Okay. So far it did pump to the upside from the morning update. So, hey, you can't say you didn't make gains with the lifer. 14%, still holding a gain of 10%. So it still holding a gain of 10% had you been with the lifer earlier this morning. You know what, Marv? The lifer is just one of the best traders I've ever seen. I mean, I was here with him this morning. He did a quick update on a Saturday morning. Even though his wife was sick, he said he had he was a little later than he usually does it a little earlier, but he came out. And you know what I'm saying? Lifer came out and he said he started talking about GFAL. He said GFAL was the one, man. He was like loving it. Dude was saying, it could be the one, and it just, it gave us some ideas. I mean, it's up 17% today. Still doing its thing. And honestly, this thing looks like it's going to blast to the upside. It's the talk of the town. There's not many coins that everybody wants a piece of right now that has that leverage. Why does it have leverage? Because Trip Hawkins has already made something of himself. He's already a know-who. What do you mean? Like a know-who? Like a person who you want to know who they are. He's a know-who. I just made that up. That could spread throughout the internet. You know what I mean? Let's get that to spread through the internet. What is a know-who? A know-who is a person who you have to know who they are. Right? So he's a know-who, man. You know what I mean? Now, it is making a bearish div. Swing up to swing up, swing down to swing down. The bigger time frames are getting, a little weird. But, even the 4 hour says it's got some gas for possibly one more. But it's got bearish div on the 4 hour now too. Probably the end of this rally has to come back down. But it just looks so sweet. So much hype about this one. It might get one more pump out of this rally, I'll be honest. But high risk, high reward. High risk, high reward for GFAL. It did go up from when we talked about it. So I can claim a win. And it's still holding gains. So had you watched the live stream this morning, one of the few things that I did discuss is up from when I discussed it. And that's on a Saturday. You made over 10% on a Saturday, just shellacking, or maybe you didn't. You would have had to make it yourself, all right? And it would have had to fit your trading style, and kind of you would have to get the education If you want the education that I teach to understand why I can see things happening before they happen, how I can kind of get a gist and an understanding. Now, you'll never get my unlimited energy and my obsessive compulsive nature to search coins, but what you will get is the ability to learn technical analysis the way I did, and you'll get there. You'll get there. Link in here to the Discord. Jump on in today. Link to the MEXC. Jump on in today, and the Facebook group. We did some cool stuff last week to the Facebook group. We'll do it again. Shout out to everybody here on the live. So there's GFAL. Could get another pump up to 0.34, but be careful. The bigger time frames do show bearish divergence. We have to heed it. It's going to take guts to long right now, right? I'm personally in the trade already, but I'm long. So I'm not trying to like claim that I'm like doing something, too crazy here. This is now in profit, never hit the stop loss. CHR may eventually win. It's taken all day though to get some gains. So this is futures, but you don't have to be in futures. You can go here to MEXC, and I like to go to spot trading. I do a lot of spot. And my GFAL bag just keeps growing. I show you a lot of bags that I build here, and this bag just keeps going. Wow, it's now $3,000 of GFAL. I mean, that's crazy. That is crazy. And the market cap is small. So this one could, honestly, $16 million market cap. Could easily 10x. Top gainers in the last 24 hours. We were trading that yesterday. GFA, we were on it. We're on where the money's at, see? And I just seem to fall into the money. I used to think I was lucky every other couple of weeks. I'm like, I did it again. The hot coin, I knew about it. Or this happened, I got in here. And I mean, GFL low was 0.04 in April of 2023. I mean, it's up 440% already too. This thing could go on one of those runs like Caspa did. Ended up being like next year, it could be up so big. It's on 12,000 watch lists, right? What number coin is it in the game? It's 1,710th. Is it really that far? No, it can't be that far, right? It could be. I mean, it's got a very small market cap. 1615. So it's market cap, it's the 600. So it's pretty far out there. You know what I mean? So I am definitely taking a shot. This could go to zero. Anything could happen. Okay? GFAL. And let's look what happened to GALA. Is GALA going to survive? Is GALA going to survive, or is GALA going to get pounded to the downside? Let's talk about it. I would have stayed out of GALA. I sold all my GALA. I was like, nah. And I put it all in GFAL. I'll be honest with you. I was only down a few $100 anyway into a DCA. So I said, hey, And that's up huge already, because I got it. When I did that, it was before the big GFAL pump. So that's already paid off. Honestly, you know what I mean? Like I learned how to cut things off fast now. You're below a point of control. Bitcoin's even bearish. This could be, this is showing signs of like a bear flag, technically, to me, and kind of already breaching a bit. Now, it had a beautiful divergence, but now it has resistance it couldn't get back above. Hi, my name is Samuel James Price, the Crypto Lifer. Ooh. Hi, my name is Samuel James Price, the Crypto Lifer, and GALA had an issue recently. Two of the big founders, right, that started the project were going at each other. One said that the other had sold $130 million worth of illicit coins. And that created a big mix-up. People started to sell off the coin. It made it feel like, what's happening over there at at headquarters for GALA? Created a lot of bearishness. Is GALA going to recover? Is this a good time to buy into the project? A lot of people want to know. Let's deep dive. Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. This is something that a lot of people want to. I'm curious. I'm sure you are too. So we're going to take away the moving averages, something that I use a lot, and you'll find out a lot about my style if you learn about me. I'm the Crypto Lifer, Sam Price. I've been on many different channels talking about technical analysis, and Anyway, here's the deal. GALA is double bottoming here. It's the lowest it's ever been. Could it go lower? It definitely could. Something that I've heard from beginners is it can't go any lower, and that makes me laugh. It can always go lower. You know what I mean? That's the sad thing about a trade or a stock or something. It can almost always go lower. Another thing is a bearish look as a descending triangle, and that does have some descending triangle vibes, but it is a falling wedge nonetheless, and they do break back to the upside. Bit of a double bottom there. The 3-day chart, very oversold, and what you're always looking for is a bullish divergence on a bigger time frame. And you have it, but you really don't. I mean, both of these are just still kind of the same way. Even like you had here, you might get a push-up. But again, so for me, if I really love this project and I truly believe that they're going to work out their differences, and even if one of them goes their separate ways, the team building these games and believing in GALA is still going to be strong. But honestly, I don't have that conviction. I don't know enough about the project. It doesn't sit as well with me as it should. So I'm more willing to believe that, maybe it takes a while to get this bears news out, and there could be some lower prices coming. Right now, the key resistance is going to be 0.2142. So 2 cents and 0.1 of a cent, 400% and 2,000%. That's a key area that you're going to want to break back above for GALA to kind of even, get some gain here. If it does that, that would tell me it has some people watching it, could kind of pump it back to the upside. And I'm okay with missing a little bit of that pump and possibly, jumping back in. You are beginning to get some type of bullish dividends. That's a very sharp downtrend here on the price action. And it's not as sharp as a downtrend on, I'll just use a line here, on the RSI. However, it's not as strong as I would like. And you're still now even below this resistance here. So you're creating more resistances on lower, very low areas. And, you're battling. So, and again, if Bitcoin takes another fall, which may or may not happen, depending, it tends to be falling Bitcoin here. I mean, you could get a fall too. If Bitcoin makes a huge pump, it's likely to drag GALA back up here too as well. So I'd be watching Bitcoin closely for any move that GALA makes. It's going to be a very similar, and they're not going to be 100% correlated. And look at this. I mean, even right now, the 4-hour for GALA is overbought and telling me that it's about to go down. So if I had to bet, and I'm not a betting man, but if I had to take a trade, you're below a point of control, the Stokes are pointing down on you, it tells me that GALA is going lower down to 1.5 pennies. You know what I mean? 1.4. And we started selling this thing off, right, at 16 and 17, and it's just been going down ever since. So, wow. It's been just, a dumpage for GALA, right? And honestly, GALA had been dumping. It's almost like, see, you can see now what the founder was saying. Like someone was dumping the coins, right? Look, I mean, someone started dumping GALA heavily here, right? In April, and then here and here. And every time I hit key levels and they got, the person was just dumping. Interesting. So these may have been the reason too that GALA's price was getting suppressed so much. Maybe that's bullish. Maybe they found out. Maybe he's done selling. And it actually, now we know what happened and price can reverse now. So I just had an epiphany. There's a chance that it is the greatest opportunity to get into GALA in your lifetime. It depends. You would have to truly believe in the project and have that conviction. At the present moment, I don't. But I do believe it is going to be, I'll have to find out some more news. If the dust settles and we get back above the key levels that I'm talking about, I do believe it can kind of get back in the motion and we'll see it as a great metaverse gaming coin. They've done a lot of work. They have a lot of people that work on the project from what I've heard. I've never been there. I've never walked into a desk. So, but from my research, they seem to have what it takes. The Rock and Mark Wahlberg's name were somewhat involved in investing. So that's kind of also, don't quote me on that. I haven't 100% verified that, but it seems to have been verified on Twitter and many other places, Reddit. So it is, I am going by the community there. And everyone, if you like these types of breakdowns, where we go over separate coins or ideas from Cardano to GALA to XR.P and more, even smaller coins, from Doge Chain and up to Shiba Inu and more, come to my live stream every single Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., Saturday and Sunday nights at 8 p.m. And I break down stuff like this all the time. You'll have a blast. You'll meet other people that are just really into TA, and you'll learn really how to manage markets. During basically my regular daily show, I'm going over the DXY, S&P futures, NQ. We even do a bit of Euro, USD, some Forex too. So jump on in. And of course, Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies as the crypto lifer. But jump on in. We do awesome TA every day here on the channel. And I'd love to see you on the next live stream. All right. Yeah, so we should clip that out and make that like a GALA segment. I think people would like that because a lot of people want to know. There's a lot of people sitting on the sidelines, I'm sure The Rock and Wahlberg dumped all their GALA. They probably did. They were like, oh, that's horrible. We're out. GALA spent $300 million on research and development, music, film, games. I love it. Big bag of GALA, and I'm buying this dip. But I'm a GALA degen. All right, so Crypto Billy's all in. You know what I mean? And now he said it. Years from now, we're going to see back what happened, and Crypto Billy's going to be able to own that and be like, hey, see, I'm in the money. I'm in the money. Let's take a look at our baby CHR. Is it starting to do a little something for us, or is it still playing games on the perpetual? There it goes, baby, getting a little bit of a pop to the upside finally. Not a lot, but enough to give you gains on that futures to the upside there, to the upside. So here we go. Here we go. CHR finally getting a push and getting above some key resistance levels, which is great. Now you're looking for it to flag on out, and there we go, baby. There we go. It took all day. It flibbled and flabbled. You may have gotten a little later or earlier, depending. But CHR finally getting a little bit of a push there to the upside on that perpetual on MEXC. That was in the trading group too, you know. I'm buying the ish out of it, says my man. All right, that's something we should ask here in the chat. Let's keep the poll going here. Are you buying more GALA here? Are you buying more GALA here? We want to know yes or no. You know, are you buying more GALA here? 33 characters out of 100 on that one, too. It's interesting. And, you know, we're going to take that and we're going to run that to Twitter as well because I like that. That just gave me, you know, that's a good idea. I want to know. Actually, we're going to take it to x.com. Shout out to Ben, man. Watching Ben's videos are fun. Always love that he's bouncing back. 17,700 on the move. Orioles at the Red Sox. Did we bounce back? Wow, 12-13 final. Almost became a nail-biter there. Out of control. Craziness. Absolute insanity. Are you buying more GALA here? Right? I want to know. I really do. Who has the guts to buy the bottoms, baby? Who has the guts? Are you buying more GALA here? Who has the guts to buy the bottoms, baby? Thought the music was going to come back. Oh, yeah, I got you, baby. Are you buying more GALA here? Who has the guts? Right? Send it, baby. Send it. Red Nugent is what I hear them call me. Oh, my God, my man. Crypto Billy, man. Crypto Billy, I love you, you know. But Crypto Blood, man, I love you, man. My man. And honestly, I love someone regardless of their political views. Like, I'm worldly, man. I'm of another generation. If you see me out, you may say hello. Shout out to Wendy O. Working out recently, doing her thing, apparently. Shout out to Bethany Armstrong. What a beautiful woman, too. Funny. What a great community, man. What a great community. If you reply, I am following you. GM Web3 Legends. People shouldn't do that. You know what I mean? People, I'm just... Shout out to... That's pretty cool. Competing in an endurance race across America called the Cannonball on 1928 with divine intervention, it turns out. Wow, that's so crazy. Ends up right where his pops is while he's going across country. I mean... Only, you know what I mean? Such an amazing, I was in an amazing spaces with my man, Gary Cardone. All right, Grant Cardone's brother. This man is going hard. This man is going hard, man. And he's been live, he's been in spaces, and he's been doing them. And this space, we had a space last night up to over 1,000 people. Space today was up to 1,000 people. Had some technical difficulties, came back, but it's been amazing, man. And we were going, you know, and he likes to do like 3 or 4 spaces a week, man. The man is awesome. So you got to love it. You got to love it, you know. And Ripple, you know, acquires Fortress, which is a big deal too. Leading enterprise crypto company Ripple acquires Fortress Trust. I mean, if you're late to this news, this is big news, right? And Fortress is a financial institution that provides licensed Web3 financial regulatory technology infrastructure for Block 3 innovators for $250 million, right? Acquisition of crypto custody provider Medico for $250 million. Oh, yeah, Medico, they got one of the largest deals in the space in 2023. I mean, XRP is poised to pump. I continuously grab some XRP. Honestly, just grab a bag and stash it. You know what I mean? I'll buy some right now just to show you how much I love it. Where's my XRP army at, baby? Where's my XRP army at, baby? Let's get $500 worth of XRP at these lows of 50 cents. I mean, are you kidding me? Well, nobody's paying attention. And I got bags of this stuff, but I'll add 1,000 ZERPs. I'll make it 1,000 ZERPs. I'll make it a clean 1,000. And just keep, grabbing up some ZERPs. And there you go, man. Putting my money where my mouth is, grabbing me some ZERPs. XRPZ, that filled quickly. The liquidity is great. This should eventually hit the 200. It could take all day, but it eventually should hit it. However, now you can look, you're like, are we just making a bear flag? See, this is why I watch the smaller time frames. And that's why nothing's guaranteed. You have to just take it one step at a time. But if you can focus your mind on this time frame alone and just do this. And I know you might have a hard time seeing. Let me get my highlighter out. But, now we're going for this. And if this breaks down, I mean, that's your bear flag. And we're more bearish than bullish for Bitcoin. You get back inside the pattern, then okay. And the 7 minute and the 15, they desperately want to pop back up, but soon, once the 7 minute resets and you're still outside this, that's going to be the key to this. That's going to be the key bearish retest. So look, I mean, right now you're bearishly retesting right now. That was a bearish retest right there where you tried to get back inside and could not. You guys get to see so much cool stuff on the live stream with me. This is the stuff that my mentor used to teach me, but no one could show me live. I never saw it happen in real time because, you know what I mean? But we give you, a 2-hour live stream about every day, right? So 7 days a week. That's 14 hours, And yeah, I talk a little bit here and there, but of those 14 hours, you're getting 12 to 13 solid hours of technical analysis, ideas, or at least a life story that's going to change the way you think about something, get you back in the groove, get you going, right? Now, it was a divergence. It was a liquidation divergence, though. To me, I mean, and that's why we're back to the 1. And if the 1 does what it's supposed to, which is pump up to this 200 SMA, that means we broke this trend line of the falling wedge, and we can break back to the upside. So much depends on the movement, though. I get it, But you technically, once you get pulled away from the 21 and we get the divergence, we are supposed to hit the 200 SMA. The only thing it doesn't is you'll hit a resistance and you'll make a bigger divergence, and then you'll hit the 200 SMA. So, but most of the time, this one's big enough for what we're looking for. And then here's the bigger divergence too here. This swing down, a swing down. And that was a liquidation. And if we show BOOKMAP, which I have a link to the description below, sign up to BOOKMAP today. It'll blow your mind how we're able to find the liquidations with BOOKMAP and show you what happened inside the divergences. We can read liquidity, unbelievably well here on the channel using BOOKMAP. It also shows us now there's bigger orders further below, taking us down to 25 too. I mean, it's so likely that we go further to the downside, probably, bigger time frame. Now look, we're on our way to the 200 SMA, like I was telling you. You're like, how is this guy long and short at the same time? This is a strategy that I'm teaching you. And I said to go long there, remember. I'd like to see if it could play out before I jump on out of here. And that's why the 1 hour wants to dump you, but you just got to heed the smaller time. You got to heed, the 15 minute wants to bounce. There it goes. Looks like it's going to do it. And what it has to do is it's getting through the moving averages. The 21, the 50. I don't know why it does it every time. It's so weird. And look, it's a bit of a double bottom. And I backtested this for years, and my mind found a pattern. I probably shouldn't show people this. I really shouldn't. I shouldn't show people this stuff because I'm letting I've exposed an algorithm, and eventually it'll change because I exposed it. they'll see that I've given it to too many people and they'll take it away from me. So when I do expose things that I have spent years learning, I can lose it too. But that's the plus and minus of trading and battling the makers. You know what I mean? Figuring out how my mind has some type of delineated, strange way of looking at reality. So what they do to other people didn't work on me. I was able to see through it. I don't know why. I can't explain it. Something strange, for sure. But that's why I tell everyone, that's why I charge $3 a day. $3 a day, man, to hang out and learn. We got BLZ here on the chart. We still got some super chats. I'm not done yet. I'm not done with y'all yet. Super chats, COREUM and BLZ. I don't know about COREUM. He said, what do you think about it? Let's go to see what we can think about it. $0.9 of a penny. Soon to be listed on Challengely. That's good. Little hidden gem. Swiss Army knife blockchain is going to shock the world. Okay. Let's see what happens. I feel one or the other coming with Bitcoin. The tension is palpable. Hey. Oh, it's doing that weird sideways 1 minute thing. So weird. This will switch from like 9.8, 9.8, 9.8. Watch. How do I know that? It's so weird, right? CHR, I'm running, baby. Amen. See? Shout out to Sam for never holding back on the way. Shout out to the 200 SMA trick. CHR on fire, baby. Look at that thing. In the gains, baby. In the gains. Who loves you, baby? Who loves you? Who loves you, baby? Who loves you? All right? And I didn't post 1,000 things today. I wasn't going crazy. Sign up to Leverage Mastery class tomorrow. I'm telling you, I keep smart people around me. Jump on into class. It'll blow your mind. All right? And I see someone forgot to, and look at that, booming to the upside. Bang, bang, bang. How do we do it every day? How do we find the altcoin to get paid? I mean, it's just nuts. I show you how these strategies work all around the world all the time. And we posted this today at 4:30 in the afternoon on the 7 minute. Said it looked good to me, And we did have it like this. I think it dumped first. Went after some, but I keep my stop loss below this previous low, so that thing was gone, And then we even redrew it here on the live stream before it actually pumped, just to kind of double check. Would have moved to the upside for CHR, baby. And if you're playing that perp, which was the only way you could have played it on MEXC, you should be in some gains right now. Wow. Let's take a look at XR.P. For my man who sent the super chat, didn't write it in, but we heard from the grapevine that you're friends of a friend. So if you're friends of a friend, we found out, and we're ready to hit you up with this. We got to do BLZ too as well. So if you remember, the last time we looked at XR.P, we talked about the fact that it could possibly retest the top of the channel. Right there, which you thought it would. It did not. It fell right back inside the channel. However, it is respecting the channel, oversold in the 4-day chart. I'll tell you what, I would just treat it as if did someone gift memberships again? Something happened. Let's take a look. Someone gifted 5 membership. Vitality B, gifting memberships. You're the man, dude. God bless you. Thank you so much. P-Die is a pulse die. Yeah. You have a point. If Bitcoin goes up, GALA 2 can make an X10 at least. Yeah. And shout out to everyone who jumped on in and grabbed a membership. What are your thoughts on ApeCoin crash and future? I don't know. Does MEXC have a 200 SMA indicator? Yes. Yes. Simple. They all do. I just go up here and go to FX, which is indicators, type in MA, moving average, okay? It will give you a 9 every time. Just click on it, go to inputs, turn the 9 to 200. Everything the same, SMA, smoothing length. Maybe that doesn't want to be 9, hold on. Wow, CHR banging on them to the upside, just doing them. Look, and that's the trade right there. Never hit the stop loss. Continued to the upside on the futures account. Banging. One thing I want to see. Oh, yeah. And there we go. I mean, this thing hasn't stopped yet. It's been going. You can't even see it now. That's weird. See how it's just going. That's really strange price action. Like, I don't know what to say about that. That's the only thing I don't see. See the smoothing, it's 9, but smoothing length. I want to see how much that changes what goes on. Like, and how do we just turn that back? How do we get yellow off? Yeah, the smooth length, that's something I'll have to look at. But, like, do I match? Do I just match? I think you want to match it, honestly. And just see, look, and I can put them both on. Oh, yeah, and if I take one off, they're exactly the same. That's how you know. Smooth length doesn't seem to really matter. See that? Make sure just the input of the 200 is important. And yeah, you flip it, you long, you flip it, you short, you can do all sorts of fun stuff with it. It's great to have. CHR banging to 12, man. This thing wants more, ball. This thing is out of control now. Just booming. Click reset at the bottom 3 dots to reset all indicator settings. GALA is getting kicked out of the top 100. It was a dumb ever to have it in the top. Man. What are your thoughts on ApeCoin crash for future? I think ApeCoin's going to be all right over time. You know what I mean? Wow, we're just going sideways. Mexi doing the same thing. 8-9. Is that 7-8, 7-8? Look, this will go 7-6, 7-6. See? How do I know that? So weird, right? I've been watching these futures lately, and like my mom will pick up like random things. And I saw this happen the other day. 7-6, 7-6, 7-6. I saw it 8-9, 8-9, 8-9. I saw it 3-2, 3-2, 3-2. I'm like, what the? 7-6, 7-6, 7-6, 7-6. You know, it's like some market makers holding the whole price because they're doing it on Binance. It's all over. It's all across the market. Look how strange this price action is. Look, we can't even see it. I'll have to take away the VRVP. Do you see the price action? You can't see it. It's so, I've never seen, this is like so rare. See what it's doing? Look what it's doing. It's insanity. Look at that. On the 1 minute, it can't seem to move more than like a penny. For a minute straight, it hasn't been able to move. For 5 minutes straight, it hasn't been able to move out of a penny. A penny or 2 pennies, like. So who thinks this is so strange? Look, 7-6, 7-6. So weird. Come on, man. If that's not, you know. And I've been picking up on this, and this is exchange wide. You know what I mean? Like, this is so weird. 7-5, 7-4, 7-5, 7-4. They heard me describing their algorithm and they're like trying to shut it off right now. They're like, he's got us. Look, because right when I was describing what was about to happen, look, it did it there though. It did it there. It's been doing these sideways prints. So weird. You never see that on like a Monday. Now we got above the moving average though. You see it? Regardless of what they did, we got above the moving average. It says we're going for the next one. So this is playing out exactly as we told you it would. You just have to trust that you're going to get to the 200 SMA. Now you'll get a little lower, higher, somewhere in this mix. Somewhere in my circle. I just want, when it happens, I'll leave the stream and I'll end it as the OG of OGs. And we'll say, okay, we've done it. All right. So XRP, let's break it down for each and every one of you and myself. The weekly extremely beat to the ground. All right. Monthly a little high like a lot of coins, but you know, 2 week can reset a little bit too. So the 2 week could give us a little more down. Where are we on the 2 week? 21. We're below the 200 SMA. We're still above the 200 SMA on the 3 day, which is different than Bitcoin. That's bullish. That's bullish. And you're getting tight. You had a golden cross here. So that's interesting. So let's go head off into our like bigger, well, this is good enough. So we have a resistance area here at 53 cents for sure. We have a resistance here at about 67 cents, 80 cents, and even higher up at about 89. We get bounce areas here too at around 31, 41 cents. All right. I don't watch college football, so Saturday night just doesn't, you know, I'll be here all night, baby. All night. Just like Master Friend. No one's more obsessed than me and Master Friend. That's it. The obsession comes the leadership. So look, you didn't even know you were going to be a leader till you got obsessed. And through the obsession came the leadership. See? That's what we have in common. And that's why I love you. Thanks for sharing your knowledge and commitment to helping others achieve their life goals. God bless you. Shout out to Ron Spirits. I found if I commit myself to others, then my life will be great. And so that's where I've committed myself. Are you buying GALA here? 72% say no, 28% say yes. So usually it's a good idea to go against the masses. So I would cancel the fact that XRP ever left the channel. Just get this out of our minds and just act like it's about to break on out again. It's looking very bullish to me. So I see a move for XRP to the upside. And just look for the bullish retest of 54 cents one more time and then ride it out to 93, baby. Funny, it hit my target before. It looks like it could hit it again. And just like I said, if they had a big news, it would come up and come back down. Wouldn't be too crazily. But shout out to Gary Cardone. Shout out to Greg Dickerson. Really nice guy, too. Very interesting man. Serial entrepreneur, real estate developer, coach, mentor to high-level investors, baby. Greg Dickerson. And Gary Cardone, Grant Cardone's brother. You know, dude is just grinding, man. He's grinding. And he's been around a lot. He's run basically billion-dollar businesses more than once in his life. Dude has so much business knowledge of how to pivot, how to figure out where to go, like it just how to look at the next upcoming idea and stay relevant. Like so much stuff. So just I would follow Gary Cardone right away if I were you. I'll take his Twitter right now and post it. But follow this man. I'm telling you right now. I've been getting to know him. Super interesting dude. Every time he talks, I definitely listen. And it's been an amazing experience. So, Gary, man, awesome to see him doing what he's doing with Spaces and taking over. All right, shout out to David Lynn. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. All right. Whoever's here right now, pay attention. What not else deserves to be here. Big things coming to all the lifers. Amen. I thought this was really funny. He said your first mistake was being born poor. Next time, don't be born poor. I know it's ridiculous. That's why it's so funny, you know. And Wendy posted it. So like this dude's like, I just had to laugh.
Thank you. The first mistake you made in life was being born poor. Don't make that mistake again. Learn from your mistakes. Be born with generational wealth. Thank you.
Thank you. And he said, the first mistake you made was being born poor. Learn from your mistakes. Next time, be born with generational wealth. Like, yeah, like I should have been born, you know, but if I was born into generational wealth, I probably would never been the lifer too. So Hey. It wasn't a joke, but you know what I mean. Please don't like him because of it. Whoever is here right now, paying attention when no one else is. Facts. I know. Anyway, wow. And so, yeah, Ripple, 50-cent Ripple, man, right? And Bitcoin, so far just still dwindling sideways. Finally got to me, it's going to hit the 200 SMA. It's just a matter of time now. And look, you can even see a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder there, as weird as it is. The 1 minute actually usually is a lot more, it gives you more information. Like, it's not this rigid. This is pretty strange. But, yeah, we're going to hit that yellow line. And then when we do, I can say that I told you my algorithm works every time, almost 90%. And I've showed this in the live, and I really shouldn't show this anymore. I'm happy there's only, so. Okay. Getting in the Mudbill's character. How about government cheese, right? Let's take a look. So I see XRP making a move. Now, if XRP does a bearish retest, you could be coming down for a double bottom. You lose this level, you will come test 41 cents. So watch it closely, but you're very oversold. You're likely going to get a bounce. Started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team here. Thanks for sharing your knowledge. Shout out to Ron Spirits. Shout out to Pixelmite. Shout out to Vitality B. Shout out to Vitality B for gifting as well. Shout out to Nikki94 Boo. Shout out to Kadena TA. Shout out to Robbie93. We did look at SBR. Shout out to Sniper Paul. We got to look at the double bottom short term on BLZ. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Shout out to Joker NYC. Thanks for all you do, Lifer. What are your thoughts on any stocks you'd rather hold in Ethereum? We talked about that. Shout out to VMI Alumni Old Court. My man for the $2. Shout out to JV for the $4.99. Shout out to Master Friend for $2.79. And I think you guys hit the $100 mark. $98.18. So it's pretty awesome. I mean, pretty awesome. Thank you very much. Right? $100 a day is $3,000 a month on the live, right? And that goes to the studio, traveling with the studio. Like every time, like I think of all those super chats when I'm at an airport and they're like, that bag's gonna be extra. And I'm like, fine, just charge me extra. You know what I mean? Or I have to wait longer or do stuff. And I'm just like, you know what? My team got me. You know what I mean? So I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It helps with new lights. It helps with anything I want to do with the studio. I really appreciate that. So I really means the world to me. And I'll keep coming back every single day and doing that technical analysis and just having a blast. And I love shouting out whoever did it. Let's make you big, right? Let's make it big, baby. That fan funding. But look at all those awesome colors. Look at all the awesome people. We love you. I really appreciate it. It means the world to me. I never thought, I dreamed of all this stuff, but, now it's all happening. It's absolutely amazing. So, and the dream is real, baby. The dream is real. Now the 200 could slowly press us, and then this is how you'll know we're going to go down. If the 200 goes like this, and we just keep going sideways, and then we get close, and then we're going to dump. Okay? It's an easy sign. And now you see a resistance too forming here for Bitcoin at 25,860. We can't get back above 25,860. I'm more bearish than bullish. I'm going to say it right now. These are little bullish scalps that I'm talking about. It is in the money technically too, just so you know. You're in the money. You didn't lose. Like from an entry here with the divergence, you're still in the money. We called it out as it happened, right? We should be hitting this 200 SMA. It just takes some time. It can take 10 minutes, 20 minutes, usually 40 minutes at the most. And you can find out how long time it's taking. Hit shift, hold this down, hit shift, and then drag this over. And you can see, okay, it has been 48 minutes, 47 bars now. It's been taking its sweet time on the weekend. And the better sense of time you get, the easier it will be for you to understand it too. Thank you for putting me over $100. Crypto Billy had to break 100. I know you did it. I know you're going to. I just had a feeling. $100 in chat revenue right there. Give me the C note, $117, $100.17. God bless you all. Thank you so much for the love. I really, really appreciate it. Okay, so that's kind of Bitcoin sideways in a nutshell. As I've said before, because I'm going to leave you soon and I want to kind of leave you with an idea. We're still short Bitcoin. No reason not to be. All right. If Bitcoin breaks back above 925, 930 and retest, then we close the short, right? Then there's a chance that we're going up huge. Until then, there's just really no reason to close the short. So I don't see a reason to do that. We are bouncing back to the top of the channel. It does look like the 15-minute does want to bounce all the way back up here to 25.9. So be careful. Looks like the short may go nowhere tonight and just dwindle, honestly. And we are expecting that bounce back, and they got the liquidation, and the 1 hour did get the divergence. So, and I'm telling you, this looks highly likely that this is going to hit my 200 SMA. I don't want to leave until it happens so I can say we did it, and whoever took the long can win and then say, okay, great, right? So we're dragging this on a little longer if we can. Do a quick AMA with everybody. How y'all feeling? Ask me anything. Let's just jump into the chat while we wait for Bitcoin. Oh, BLZ, actually, we have one more super chat to do. He said a double bottom. Sorry, Sniper Paul. I apologize for being absent-minded. And you asked me at the beginning of the show, right? And I'm still like... Now, I've been talking about this on the 3-day that it's just going to dump down to the 200 SMA, to the 21. And it's got bearish div, and it looks like Apollo, right? And so flip on your moving averages. Price action is going to dump, man. This is an easy short to the downside, in my humble opinion, for BLZ. It'll take about 5 to 6 days, then it'll pay you. And this is just like Acropolis, just like the other ones I showed you. Really easy short on the bigger time frames. But again, do whatever makes you happy. I can't force people to do other stuff, you know. Someone thinks this is possibly a double bottom, like it's doing this. That's a double bottom there. Let's look at the 4 hour. Like this could make a double bottom. There's a chance, but I'm really leaning into that bearish div, man. And it's strong. It's really strong. I mean, you can see it here, right? Like, it's strong bearish div. It tells me that who cares where the Stokes are? Like, you're going to continue down in a trend. It's all about the trend, understanding the trend. And look how far the moving averages are even in the 4 hour. You're going to dump, and then so you pull a fib here, and you're coming somewhere at least to this, and then to the value area low. I'm looking at probably about 8 cents, 8 8/10 of a cent. Yeah, Matic, Indian dumb dudes lost their steam. You're funny. Hope Weifer is gooder. Thank you, man. She's feeling a little bit. She definitely was better today than she was yesterday. Thank you for saying that. She's bouncing back faster than a spring daisy that got stepped on by a 3-year-old. But yeah, I would short this 3-day back down to the 21 SMA. Easy money for gains. Again, do whatever makes you happy. And you know what's cool is look at this. My dad always said, how do you get someone to do it the fastest? Give it to the laziest guy. I'm not lazy, but I don't like to do things I don't need to do for no reason. So we look at AKRO here on MEXC, right? Or it might be on KuCoin. No, MEXC, there we go. And I go to that 3-day. And I'm just going to grab this, copy it, paste it here, and it's like, and I could probably do this for years now and just keep showing people, and it should be like, remind the watchers on 9/9, say we hit the 20 SMA on the 3-day chart, right? And watch this thing. It could go up and down and do its thing, but over time, it's heading lower. It is headed lower, right? Which direction is BOOKMAP suggesting that we go? And let's take a look at the DXY. So the DXY is overbought on the 3-day, and the same thing. This looks just like we're showing you. It's got the bearish div. It even has, I believe on the daily, it has hidden bearish. Swinging up, no, not yet, but it has bearish divergence on the daily time frame. I mean, that's a swing up, and that's flat. That's a downtrend. I mean, that's a bearish div right there. Right there, bearish divergence. You're getting overbought on the daily and the 3-day chart. I mean, you're going to dump. One more pump. Just make sure this 4-hour doesn't give it, too much. And the moving averages are getting far apart too. Rising wedges. It's just all, Look, this is a rising wedge here. To me, it's just, TA tells you what's going to happen. I don't know why people I guess people just can't see it. I mean, but to me, it's very likely that the dollar is going to drop. That's going to give Bitcoin some love. Also, Bitcoin has a hidden bullish divergence on the 3-day chart. One last thing that I haven't brought up tonight, but I bring it up every day on the channel now, because I want to make sure people hear it and are privy to it. And the lifers, I don't want you guys, getting caught out there. But right now, that's a swing up to swing up, and that's a sharp swing down with low RSI. I mean, 9 out of 10 times we make a high higher than the previous high, and we haven't negated this idea yet, and the daily still has a higher low in the trend, so we haven't broken trend yet. And I'm serious about that, even on the 3-day, because those close lower. We'd never close candles lower than that. The weekly could close trend, but we have till the end. We have right here, see these candles? We could close this candle. It will be the first one that closes below these two candles. The other one didn't. So we still have some time for the weekly to recover. Only 21 hours though. I've never backtested that if the daily has an uptrend but the weekly doesn't. I always take the bigger time frame. I think that's kind of what you got to do. All right. But this is where we stand for bitty Bitcoin. And if you want to really look at it, we're already zoomed in right now for you guys, but we're looking at this idea here, this falling wedge. Now this could be a new one that I haven't really proposed yet. I was looking at, but it doesn't make it doesn't feel right. And we got this breakout, and we're retesting these levels. I see I see a move to the downside coming for Bitcoin on the 1 hour. But it looks like we're gonna get a bounce first, and I'll go back. So I just wanted to show you guys the bigger time frame stuff before I jumped on out of here and had you just zoomed in so into the smaller time frames. You know what I mean? Because I'm a scalper and I can handle the smaller time frames, and I know where we're at. I just want to make sure you guys do too. All right. 5 minutes about to dump on you. I would stay in a short or open a short if I wasn't in a short now, I would open one. Highly likely. The short's in the money and likely to get more paid as the night goes on. God bless everybody. Thank you for being here. Have a wonderful day. I'll be back tomorrow morning to find out what happened. Are we going to be lower in the short? Looks like we'll be somewhere down here when I show up tomorrow morning, but you never know. I'll see you tomorrow morning, everybody. Thank you so much for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. It's going to pump the dump, so be prepared. I think we trouble. You never know, man. US dollar is king of all currencies. I'm in Georgia, USA, but I frequent Hawaii and have family still in Hawaii and grew up there. Amen. Thank you. More down than up. Everyone, God bless you all. Thank you so much for the awesome chats. Thank you for all the interaction. Thank you for the super chat. And Bitcoin dropping to the downside, 835 on the futures. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. My gratitude is my attitude. I will go to bed in heavy gratitude tonight. And we'll do it again tomorrow morning. And remember, we have links here. If you want to join the trading group, make it easy. Mexi, we make it easy. Facebook, we make it easy. Just hit these links and jump on in today. All right. God bless you all. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you tomorrow on another beautiful live stream. 2 live streams on the weekends, baby. We got you. Thank you.